Okay, we're going to play 3 balls in one shot. The 1 in the corner, the 2 ball cross side, cue ball going around the table, making 3 ball. One, 2, and 3. 1 ball in the left-hand corner pocket, 2 ball in the right-hand corner pocket. Before the cue ball goes in front of the 2 ball, coming around, make 3 ball. Okay, making 3 balls in one shot again. The 1 ball in that corner pocket, 2 ball follows it in, 3 ball comes across table into this pocket. Okay, on this shot, we're going to make 4 balls in one shot. The 1 ball in this side, 2 ball in this side, 3 ball in this corner. Cue ball will double the rail here and make the 4 ball. Once again, all 4 balls in one pocket. 1 and 2 in the left-hand corner, 3 and 4 in the right-hand corner. Okay, 4 ball shot. 1 ball on the left-hand side, 2 ball on the right-hand side, 3 ball in the left-hand corner, 4 ball in the right-hand corner. This is called the butterfly shot. We're going to make the 1 ball in the left-hand corner, 2 ball in the right-hand corner, 3 ball in the left-hand side, 4 ball in the right-hand side, 5 ball in the lower left-hand corner, 6 ball in the lower right-hand corner. Yes. On this shot, I'm going to shoot the 8 ball in the corner pocket. Both balls are frozen on the rail. Draw the cue ball back to this rail and have it come down here so I can shoot the 9 ball in this corner next. And then the 9 ball should be able to go from here. The idea here is to make 7 ball in this corner pocket, have the cue ball hit all 6 rails, winding up here with the 8 ball in that corner pocket next. Okay, 4 balls in one shot. The 1 goes in this pocket first, followed in by the 3, 2 goes in the left-hand corner, and the 4 goes in the side pocket. Going to make the 1 and 3 in this corner pocket, 2 ball in this corner, 4 in the side, 5 will also go into that corner, and the 6 in the side. One and 2 ball in the side pocket, 3 ball in the left-hand corner, 4 ball in the right-hand corner. One ball, time shot in the side pocket. That's it. Here's a shot that very rarely comes up in a game, but if it ever does, just hit the 1 ball full and make the 15 ball combination in the corner pocket. This is called the silo shot. The silo opens up and the 15 ball is a rocket, and the rocket goes into the side pocket. Double kiss bank, 8 ball in the corner pocket. Cutting the 9 ball in the right-hand corner pocket. All right, 3 ball in the side pocket, 2 ball in the right-hand corner, 1 ball comes across table into the left-hand corner. Here's a shot it looks like you might scratch on. Cutting the 8 thin, banking the 8 in here without scratching. Here's a shot taught to me by Jersey Reds. Thin the 3 ball very thin, have the cue ball hit the rail, and as the 3 comes out, cut it back into this pocket. Here's a very thin cut, banking the 9 ball back in this corner pocket here. This is a shot where we're going to make the 1 ball in the right hand side pocket, 2 ball in the right hand corner. Cue ball hits the top rail, goes around table, and makes the 3 ball in the same corner pocket. We're going to cross over bank on the 1 ball, bang the 1 up here, have the cue ball go over off the rail, make the 2, and then slide across table and make the 3 ball.
Yes.
This is a one-handed jacked up shot, meaning I'm not going to touch the rail. I'm going to hit the 2 ball, have the cue ball go over and make the 1. Meanwhile, the 2 ball continues 4 rails around the table and goes into the same pocket. Yeah. Here's a position shot with reverse English, cutting the 1 ball in the side pocket, hitting the cue ball with left hand English, having it hit this rail, here, spin up, and come around in here for the 2-9 combination. This is a rail first draw shot, hitting the rail just before the 8 ball, drawing the ball with low right hand English, coming over to this rail, spinning back up for the 9 in the corner pocket. You've heard the expression out of the frying pan into the fire. Well, now we're going to shoot a shot called around the frying pan into the side, playing the 9 in the side pocket. Okay, this is what I call a complete wraparound, where we're going to hit the 1 and have all these balls move, and the 9 comes in off the cue ball into the side pocket. Okay, on this particular shot, I'm going to shoot the cue ball into this corner pocket, the 1 ball into this corner pocket, 2 ball into this corner pocket, and the 3 ball will stay exactly where it's at. One ball left hand corner pocket, cue ball hits this rail, goes around the 8 and makes 2 ball. Take shot. A lot of people pass this shot up because they don't know about it. The idea here is to hit the 8 very thin. As it pushes the 9 out, the cue ball goes across, catches the 9 into the corner pocket. This is just called a football shot. The idea here is hit into the 1 ball and have the cue ball run interference, take the 2 out of the way, which takes 3 out of the way, goes across, hits the 4, knocks the 5 out of the way, hits the 6, and takes 7 out of the way. 8 ball in this side pocket. Okay, this is called an escape shot. I'm tied up by all the balls. What I'm going to do is hit into this cushion, have it hit into this cushion, hook back down, and make the 9 ball in the corner pocket. Okay, a football shot here where we hit the 1 takes 2 out, hits into the 3, knocks 4 out, hits into the 5, knocks 6 out, hits into the 7, knocks the 8 out, 9 in the side pocket. Okay, hitting the 1 ball, having the 9 come down and make the 4 ball, cue ball goes 3 rails around the table, comes down and makes the 9 ball in the pocket. Okay, table clearance shot here, where we're going to cut the 1 into the 2-7, take everything out of the way, cue ball hits the rail, comes back, hits the 9 off the 5, 9 goes in the corner pocket. Okay, this is a rail hook shot. We're going to draw the cue ball and have it hook around the 3-4 and hit the 5 into the 9. Here's a shot called the Great Escape, shooting the cue ball into the cushion and having it hook around and dive down for the 1 ball. When you think there's no way out of a shot, try shooting against the point. You might be surprised by the action of the cue ball. Let's see what happens here. Oh my God. Four balls in one shot. 1 and 2 in the right-hand corner, 3 ball in the side, cue ball goes up to make the 9 ball. One ball in the right-hand side, 2 and 3 ball in the right-hand corner, 9 ball in the left-hand corner. Reverse English, hitting the cue ball on the right-hand side, going 3 rails around the table to make the 9 ball. Shooting the cue ball into the 1 ball with the low right-hand spin, having the 1 ball kick it back to this rail and back towards the 9 ball. This is called a resistance draw shot, hitting the cue ball very low, going through the balls. The cue ball should hook back and come back and hit the 1-9 combination. This is what I refer to as a forced draw shot, pocketing the 1 ball in the corner, having the cue ball come to this rail, then hook back and come back and make the 9 ball. Hitting the 1 ball with a high right masse, having the cue ball spin around the triangle here, going down and make the 8-9 combination. This is called the machine gun shot, hitting the 1 ball, having the cue ball carry them off 2, go behind these balls and make the 9 ball. Simple little masse shot, going around the 9, making the 8 ball. Okay, hitting the cue ball high to the 1 ball, having the 1 ball kick the cue ball back to the 2, and then have the cue ball come back again, make 3 in the corner pocket. This is a masse shot going around 2 balls, going length of the table and making a 1-9 combination. This is a shot that I played in Pittsburgh against Billy Incardone in 1969, and he had played me a good safety, so I had to come up with a shot, and What I did is massé the ball real hard, have it go over and make the 5 in the side pocket. And I was living in Canoga Park at the time, so they call this the Canoga Park curve. This is called long table massé. The idea is to make the 7 and 8 and have the cue ball go screaming back to make the 9. Hi, my name is Machine Gun Lou Butera. I'm a former world pool champion, a member of the Billiard Congress of America Hall of Fame, and I'm going to demonstrate how I got my nickname Machine Gun Lou by running a rack of balls in less than 1 minute and 30 seconds. An aiming technique that I use is taking the tip of the cue through the center of the pocket, drawing an imaginary line back through the center of the object ball, picking a contact point on the object ball, turning the tip of the cue back through the center of the cue ball, back behind the cue ball, and hit that point. One of the most important shots in pool is a center ball hit and being able to hit it when you have to. And a good exercise for this is to shoot this cue ball over the spot and have it come back off the rail into the tip of the cue stick. When shooting the draw shot, you want to keep the cue stick as low and level and remember to follow through. In order to make the cue ball follow the same path as the object ball, hit the cue ball a little above center. Aiming a combination is almost like aiming a single ball. Determine the point in the pocket where you want to pocket the ball, come back through the first object ball, determine your contact point, come back through the second object ball, determine your contact point there. Once you've determined that contact point, come back through your cue ball and hit the first object ball on the contact point, and your 9 should go straight in. In playing kiss shots, you have to determine where the perpendicular line is. The 5 ball is aimed to this side rail. Coming over here to the center of the pocket, you would find your perpendicular line is between the 2 balls. Therefore, by hitting the 3 ball on the right-hand side, it should kiss off the 5 and go into the left-hand corner pocket. This is a carom shot where I am playing the 14 ball off the 3 ball into the corner pocket. All I have to do is determine the contact point off the 3 where I have to hit the 14 into. Using the same angle on all 3 balls here, the 1, 2, and 3, I will show you the effect of a high, center, and low ball hit on all 3 balls. This is a high ball. Now using the center ball, it should come off a little further angle. Now setting up same angle again, this time hitting it with a low ball, it should come further up table. When the balls are frozen as the 10 and 14 are and aimed in a straight line like this, what you can do is by hitting the 10 ball on the right hand side, that will throw the object ball to the left, which is what we want to do. So let's see what happens.
Billiards, or pool, is generally considered to have originated as an outdoor lawn game in Europe around the late 14th or early 15th century. Lawn games played with balls and sticks were generally enjoyed by the nobility, who had the advantage of having huge lawns on which to play such games. The upper class could also move their favorite games inside when winter came. But once inside, bending over to pick up the balls was so tedious that the games were moved up onto tables. The first mention of the indoor game was in 1470, where a list of the household possessions of France's King Louis XIV speaks of billiard balls and a billiard table. While bankrupting France during the building of Versailles, the king enjoyed snookering his friends as well. The word billiard is derived from the French bille, or ball. The sticks, called maces, were used to shove the balls around rather like shuffleboard. The game was played with 2 balls on a 6-pocket table and a hoop not unlike a croquet wicket. Men were allowed to use the straight cue, while women, being considered too flighty to be trusted with such a formidable weapon, were made to use the mace. Even Mary, Queen of Scots, was said to have passed her long hours awaiting her execution playing billiards in her prison cell. History doesn't tell us if she coined the phrase, being behind the 8-ball. Shakespeare, in 1600, mentions billiards in Antony and Cleopatra. Cleopatra suggests billiards to her servant Charmaine, but as smart employees have done ever since, Charmaine tells Cleo that her arm is too sore to play, thus not risking beating the boss. By the 1700s, the table was dressed with green cloth to remind players of the grassy plains and the great outdoors. Unfortunately, a long period of snooky, crowdy pool halls came and went, thus this verdant allusion to nature has since escaped us. Pool was also considered by some to be a genteel way to pass the time. In fact, the ladies of the day in the early 1800s were invited to attend the finer public billiard rooms in an attempt to better display their charms. Men soon learned that women too could master the game. By the mid-18th century, the extra hoops and sticks had disappeared. In 1823, a French political prisoner, Captain Mingo, invented the leather cue tip. This innovation allowed the player to make the cue ball spin and have greater accuracy over the game. Being a perfectionist, Mingo asked for more prison time to further develop his invention and his game. At roughly the same time, Jack Carr, an employee of a billiard room in Bath, England, made a startling discovery. Rubbing the leather tip with chalk seemed to impart magical powers to his cue and to his game. Onlookers said he put an English on the ball. Thus is the origin of the billiard term, not to be confused with a popular breakfast item, the English muffin. Billiards then came to America. George Washington was said to be a fan of the game. He probably crossed the Delaware on occasions to attend a billiard game or two. Our 6th president, John Quincy Adams, was also a pool enthusiast. In fact, his request for a billiard table for the White House created loud criticism from others on Capitol Hill, bemoaning the incredible extravagance of such a lowly pastime. Billiardgate, circa 1825. The great French general Napoleon Bonaparte was also a pool fan. He played a game or two during his exile in St. Helena, where he probably tried to hustle his guards the way he hustled most of Europe. Small innovations appeared throughout the 1800s, such as the two-piece cue in 1829 and the slate table bed in 1835. The modern billiard table was developed shortly after Goodyear first vulcanized rubber in 1839, and the invention of the celluloid billiard ball came in 1868, revolutionizing the billiards industry. The only drawback to the new balls was that they had a tendency to explode on impact. And even the game of pool has its ambassador. Enter Irish emigre Michael Phelan. In 1859, he won a prize match with a purse of $15,000, an astronomical amount for the time. Now, with this money, he established a table manufacturing company that exists to this day, the Brunswick Corporation. By the turn of the century, billiards competitions were international affairs, drawing established celebrities from around the globe. Mark Twain used to frequent these competitions and was an avid pool player himself, not to mention a fairly decent writer. The ballyhoo and flapper extravagance of the 1920s infected pool as well as the rest of the world. Publicity stunts were commonplace. The champion Ralph Greenleaf thought it would be a hoot to shoot a game of 8-ball from the air. I hope he doesn't scratch. Hollywood movie stars were also pool aficionados, both on and off the screen. W.C. Fields hustled pool in his vaudeville days, and the Three Stooges were found sticking around a pool table occasionally as well.
Oh, certainly.
By the time of the Great Depression, polite society began to lose interest. Pool was considered a lower-class pastime. Then, in the 1960s, pool experienced a revival with the movie The Hustler. Paul Newman played fast Eddie Felsen, a cocky young player, and Jackie Gleason was Minnesota Fats, the master. The 1986 sequel, The Color of Money with Tom Cruise and Paul Newman, gave the game another boost in popularity. Today, pool is considered a professional sport, as well as a good way to pass the time with friends. Some of the best-known figures of the sport come to us through their championship and commercial exposure. Rudolph Wanderone, better known as Minnesota Fats, had a popular TV show called Celebrity Billiards, in which other greats showed up and showed off. Willie Moscone, a Hall of Fame member, began to dominate the game in 1941, and for 15 years thereafter defended his crown. Machine Gun Lou Butera is best known for his rapid-fire style of play. In 1973, he ran 150 balls in just under 21 minutes. That same year, he won his first world championship. Women have a place in the Hall of Fame as well. Jean Belucas started competing when she was 7 years old. Former Swedish model Iwa Mataya won the US Open title in 1988, and Loreen John Jones began as an 11-year-old and has stayed on top ever since. The world of billiards is open to all. See if you can't become one of the greats.